The month starts off with us craving growth, potentially seeing an opportunity now to find a sense of purpose, as well as an increased confidence in problem solving. Emotions may also be running higher than usual these first few days, as the moon moves into Cancer on the 1st, sensitizing us in connection to our home and family life, our sense of security, and our own vulnerability. Facing these emotions and the people they relate to seems to be particularly conducive to our personal growth now. With the Sun squaring Uranus on the 4th, unexpected disruptions in our routines and plans might be occurring, asking us to stay open to new and potentially unusual approaches. We might experience a need for movement and change, but it's important to avoid hasty decisions. With the moon entering Leo on the same day, emotions around creativity, self-expression, leadership, confidence, ego, playfulness, and romance might be coming up. With this month's full moon only happening a day later, these emotions could be specially amplified and revelations regarding them might arise. With the moon now in Leo and the Sun in Aquarius, astrologically we are now dealing with the Leo-Aquarius axis and its polarity. The Leo-Aquarius polarity deals with balancing the personal and impersonal aspects of our lives. The snow moon highlights our creative and romantic side, as well as our need for self-expression, and serves as a boost to our ego through pleasure and romance. On the other hand, it also highlights the need for objectivity and impersonal relationships. A square between Venus and Mars on the same day could lead to passionate interactions, may they be positive or negative. There is a tendency to turn towards forced structure in an effort to avoid dealing with these intense emotions, but finding balance through compromise is encouraged now. Connecting our need for routine and our need for passionate expression in artistic endeavors could be particularly fruitful now. This second week of February highlights several planetary influences. On the 8th, Venus sextiles Uranus, offering a favorable atmosphere for socializing and encouraging a bold and experimental approach to finances and romance. The following day, the moon enters Libra, turning our emotional focus towards balance, harmony, and relationships for the next 2 days. Mental activity gets more intense around the 10th as well, as a desire to uncover what's hiding underneath the surface level of things arises. This energy comes to a head around the 11th, with the moon entering investigative Scorpio and Mercury entering knowledge-hungry Aquarius. These transits indicate emotional transformation through digging deep, thinking outside of the box, and expanding one's own perspective. We'll also see Mars sextiling Chiron that day, making it easier to see things from that more detached perspective. Chiron, also known as the wounded healer, is encouraging us now to embrace discomfort in an effort to grow and heal past wounds. On the 14th, Mercury sits in an opposition to Lilith, indicating an internal struggle between the head and the heart. Making decisions might be harder for us under this influence, and feelings of rebellion might arise. Our need for personal freedom is strong now, and we tend to want to break from social norms or expectations we deem to be restrictive. The second week ends with the moon entering Sagittarius, granting us with a more optimistic approach towards matters of expansion, such as philosophy and travel. Therefore, short-distance travel or a weekend getaway is favorable during this time. A conjunction between Venus and Neptune is starting this third week off with a heightened sense of romanticism and idealism. We might be feeling more optimistic than usual and see beauty where we normally wouldn't. On the flip side, this idealism could lead to unrealistic expectations within our close personal relationships, so watch out for that. On the 16th, the Sun conjuncts Saturn, increasing our sense of responsibility and maturity. We might feel more ambitious now about achieving our long-term goals. With the moon also entering Capricorn the same day, we might really feel the weight of all these expectations and end up not feeling our best. There is also another transit that day that presents challenges in communication, decision-making, and learning. It suggests a potential struggle with accepting past experiences and the impact they have on our future. On the 18th, the moon enters Aquarius, inspiring innovation and progress, while the Sun enters Pisces, guiding us to be more empathetic and trust in the way of the universe. Planning for or setting out on adventures is favorable under this influence, and having meaningful social interactions could also be very fulfilling now. The moon joins the sun in Pisces on the 20th, marking the new moon this month. This is a time to reflect on our emotions and move beyond practical considerations. This phase may bring an increased openness to new ideas and a heightened sensitivity to our surroundings. However, it may also bring a tendency towards indecision or passivity, so it's important to channel these feelings into creative and spiritual endeavors. With Mercury sextiling Chiron during this new moon, being open to having vulnerable conversations is encouraged, and with Venus entering Aries, this could also be a good period to assert ourselves and our independence in our relationships. On the 21st, a square between Mercury and Uranus might be stimulating our senses, but this could also lead to misunderstandings and interruptions. This is not necessarily a good time to present ideas, as new information could challenge the status quo too much. The last week of February offers an increase in our energy and motivation to communicate, think clearly, and take action. A good time for discussions, negotiations, and making decisions. The moon moves through assertive and expressive Aries into practical and stubborn Taurus by the 24th. A trine between Venus and Lilith that day also offers balance between our personal wants and outside expectations. We tend to feel more empowered during this transit, making it easier now to embrace our worthiness, confidence, and sexuality. With the moon entering Gemini on the 26th, communication and self-expression are highlighted. A sextile between the Sun and the North Node is further aligning our drive and ego with our goals, making the end of February a good time to reinforce our sense of purpose and who we want to become. We have reached the end of the forecast. As always, I'll be leaving timestamps in the description that can take you to each individual week. So if throughout the month you want to check in on what's going on, it's only a click away. I hope you find this forecast to be insightful, and until next time, bye!